Hello, hello everyone, my name is Gabriella and today we're going to be getting into resumes.
Pretending to be a strict HR person on Pinterest.
Yeah, I've been very excited to talk about this just because I feel like Pinterest is just being so extra, and I feel like today we're going to be looking through them. There's some great ones, there's some bad ones. There are some ones that you should put for your resume. If you have a lot to say for your resume, there's some examples in here. If you don't have very much to say because you don't have a lot of experience, there are also some examples here from Pinterest that will work perfect for you, as well as way too many examples of things you should not put at all for Pinterest. So guys, I'm going to show you and we're going to navigate together what is good and what is bad. So the format of your resume really matters to HR, like ridiculously. Every single time I say we, but it's just me. Every time that I've gone to like a workshop or anything where they wanted to help people get their resumes out there, these have often been like, we want to help women, get into the world or something like that. Like these like little events that they have. I go to all of them. Like everyone I see, I'm like, yes, I need to go and get my resume done. Like I need to get all the tips. And every company might have their own differences, especially for portfolios. I've seen two completely different sets of advice. So the same thing for resumes. What I'm telling you here might not work for another resume. But from what I've seen, it seems like big companies care more about the format being formal. So if you're applying for a smaller company, I think you could take your chances with these Pinterest resumes. But if not, don't worry. Like just do something formal, because what should really stand out is your work, not the design. If you do have a creative major, your portfolio will show that for you. So the first one we're starting with is Anna Marie. She is the first lady who showed up on my Pinterest. So we're just gonna go look at it right now. Okay, so Anna Marie, first thing you see is her face. Literally a quarter of this resume, bro. An entire quarter of this resume is her face and her name. The problem with that is just because it looks too cocky. You're very confident. I know you're pretty, I know you're female, I know everything physically about you, but is that necessary? Will those physical features get you a job? If so, you're either modeling, acting, or you got the wrong employer. Somebody who's not employing the right types of people. So no company wants to be liable because they apparently hire so-and-so of a different race, or they have like some type of history of only hiring beautiful people. And every time you put your face out there, like your picture, you're making people liable for that. And I feel like it's a waste of space. She has a lot of space to use that she decided not to use because she put her face here with her name taking up a quarter of the space. And if you worked hard in life, you don't want to waste space like this, okay? You really have a lot to show when you're trying to say like, hey, for the past 7 years, I've been working hard as this specific area of work. Don't waste space like that. Now I picked another one that's pretty bad, like pretty bad. And so this one's apparently by $1 Graphics. Getting your CV for $1. Let's see what that gets you. So what happens if they're just printing them all black and white? If they're printing them all black and white, everything red here turns black. So you wouldn't be able to see the work experience, headers, info. None of these scale bars would be seen, which is really bad. His cute drawings here would not be seen. CV would not be seen. So that already loses a whole lot of information that is actually important to the resume. Not good. And worst case scenario, someone would invert this before printing. And hopefully they do. Something that he did right though was capitalize his headers yet not bold them. I think that looks good because then the bolded stuff pops out in a slightly different way. So let's say, he says he's a freelancer. I'm like, oh, someone who's freelancing. That actually sticks out a little bit differently compared to work experience. So when I'm looking back at it, these words do stick out very well. If you're going to make rules, you have to follow them throughout the entire work. So here, he has this cute little rule where these lines have like a dot that leads somewhere, or sometimes it's a dot that leads nowhere. And so if your dots are going to lead to multiple things, which only happens in this instance, and then randomly at this instance, So that doesn't work as a design. That rule is broken randomly, and I don't know why. Also, this leads to a mouse, but doesn't lead anywhere else. So I think as a designer, you cannot do that, especially from a first impression for your resume. It shows that you break the rules randomly, which is not good. And I mean, I don't know how like bad that is for like a graphic designer. It's probably pretty bad. I assume it's pretty bad. But for an architect, that would be horrible. Like if you're gonna make rules, you better let me know exactly when you break them, and it has to be understandable. So, I just don't like that. Don't do that. I'm gonna end all of these like, don't do that. Don't do that. Overall, I would say he gets an okay grade. His profile should not be there, but it's small. He does seem to put a lot of work into this. Actually, you know what? I give him a bad grade. Out of 5, I would give him like a 3 or 2.5 because he did not write down good work experience. If someone else comes to me with the same, he's also the same designer, etc., and he writes down exactly what he did at his job, plus took out these crazy icons, I would hire that one straight away because I know what he can do. And this one did not write that down. He has no awards, no certifications, no achievements that he listed besides the fact that he did work. So yeah, he would not win at all. Someone can easily just be better than him. Alright guys, so now the day is ending. Like, I don't know if you could tell, but like I'm editing this as I'm recording it, so like the day is ending and I started in the morning. So anyway, I'm going to show you now a good one that I think is the best. You should copy this one and just do it because this one actually knows what it's doing. That's mean. Okay, actually, you know what? This one's great. It's formal, it's to the point, it doesn't look too busy, it's everything you need to know, and don't do anything else. Like, keep it simple, just copy this, alright? Put your work, whatever you've done, into this. And yeah, and if you're a student, I'll let you know like how you can switch it up. But honestly, there's nothing you gotta do. Yeah. Anyway, 2 named people, weird. Okay, we're gonna go to his profile. I mean his resume. These little like UX, whatever, I don't know what these are. Like these design people, they look so beautiful. But whatever, this one's like cute. Okay, so now we're at Jordan Matthews' resume. Okay, so now we're in Jordan Matthews' resume. So I just want to say right up front, the thing that works the best with him is that everything here is left aligned. Now, some of the examples I showed you, I don't know, actually I'm not too sure, but some of the examples on Pinterest, they do this weird thing where some things are left aligned, some things are right aligned, some things are center aligned. And you can't do that. It's just messy. Okay, don't center align anything you do at a workplace. Unless it's a fancy restaurant menu or a poem, I don't know why you're doing that. We don't do that. And what's great about using everything with left align is that he doesn't have to put extra lines. So there's no need for like a column to stop this because we can easily just see an invisible line saying, oh, everything here stops. So this is a completely different section. Even graphic designer, his occupation stops exactly with experience. And another way where he highlights this column is that he has this bright, beautiful orange block and a line that all stop at the same time. So this all stops at the beginning of the profile section, the beginning of this column, and it all stops at the end where the end of the center line should stop, where his name stops, and then nothing else really stops there because nothing gets to that size, but nothing goes past it. And so that's really great. He doesn't have to put any lines, he keeps it clean, he keeps it nice. And you know what's something also interesting? I think, as I said before, you should always be ready for things to be printed out in grayscale or with low ink, etc. So just don't expect your stuff to come out with all the colors. So here, this person used blue and yellow. And so the navy blue for the font actually looks really cute. It looks so nice. So if he was to like mail this to someone or they were actually to print it in color, it works out well. And if they didn't, no one would really know or care. The light yellow is still light color and the dark blue is pretty much black. So it works always around. The only things I would say that does not work so well is the address. I I think you should not put your address on your resume. Other people have their addresses on there. Don't do that. Just in case. It's like a security issue, especially when you're going to put your face on it. If you put your face plus your address, like, what happens if a serial comes to get you? Like, don't let yourself become a victim. They don't need your address. All they need is your email. And maybe your phone number. Email and phone number. It's all you need to put. All right, so yeah, if you're a student trying to like copy this resume, I would say put your education at the top, because the first thing that you're gonna see is like your last job. And if you haven't never gotten a job in the major that you're trying to get a job in, it's gonna come out weird. It's gonna be like, oh, why is this person a cashier applying for like our company? You know, like I think you should just say like, oh, I'm your major. I'm trying to be an accountant because I come from an accounting major. And they're like, oh, okay, we're looking for new people. Great job. Also, somebody told me, not somebody, an HR person told me that you should always put the month with the year. So do that. And then this person decided to bold the name of the company, which I think is okay. It's okay, but it only really works if you're working at really nice companies that you really want the world to know, like, oh, I worked at Google. That should be bolded. It depends. If it's a company people are going to recognize, then sure. If they're just random names, bold the actual jobs that you had, because those matter more to the person who's hiring you. This person did not use like advanced, proficient, whatever. Like, I think if you're going to list your skills, you have to say how good you are at those skills, just because that helps the HR person. So if you're going to say like, you know, Adobe Photoshop, say you know it advanced. If you know, either beginner, intermediate, or advanced. List at least one of those three for each of these. So I'm assuming for Magento, since he put it last there, maybe it's the one he's a beginner at, or I don't know. I don't know how he's listening. Is he listening from worst to best or best to worst? Or is he evenly great at all of these? If that's the case, he should list advanced, 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 or advanced, intermediate, beginner. So, yeah. And then for skills, I would take this section out and put extracurriculars / awards. Because if you're a student and like, let's say you got like on the dean's list, or you've been part of like several really great clubs that work with this major or this job, then I would just say like, yo, I'm part of the accounting club. Yay me, I'm president. Like president of the accounting club. Great job. So that's all I have to say about this. This guy is amazing. I love his little resume. So just copy it, guys. This is the format. I'm officially saying this is what you should do. You should do this for any big company you're applying to, and you should do it for any small company, because it works both ways. And yeah, no icons, no crazy designs, no rules that don't work randomly. And then the colors work. The color doesn't go crazy about like I'm a girl or I'm a guy. It's not very gender specific. And it just lets it breathe, okay? White space is good, so that way your HR person doesn't get tired in the middle of reading. It's like, too much information, I don't want to look at this. Just clear, easy, to the point. This is what you should have. Alright guys, I'm going to put this one in my link of the description. Bye! Hope you had a great day. I hope this works out for you. Let's all get this done. Bye. Alright guys, so that wraps it all up. I hope this works out for you. And if you're interested in like letting me see your resume, if you want me to help you, I do love using Adobe Illustrator and different software stuff. So like if you want me to help you align something, or if you want me to help you format something, and let's say like this doesn't blow up, because it most likely wouldn't, you can send it to me and I'll try to help you, and I'll like annotate where you need help on. And also, like, if you're just a student who's not in a creative field, so you don't know how to like make your resume enter into this like format. I don't know how to do that either. Like, I don't know how to help you. I don't know how to help you guys. Okay, I guess it like sucks to you. Okay, no, I'm kidding. But like, yeah, if you don't know how to like edit files in that type of way, I suggest you can go to like Google Docs, and there's some templates there, and then just make sure you take out any of the clutter that are in those resume templates. Make it clear and sophisticated, just like the last one I showed you, okay? And obviously, if you're creative, you can deviate as much as you want. It's up to you, up to your own discretion. I'm just telling you, make it easy to read, make it fast, and don't put any icons or pictures. Just don't do that. If you're gonna do that, you're taking really, really big chances with what the HR is gonna say, because those are controversial things to put on there.